Here's a question that keeps coming up. Should you quit your job to follow your dream? Should you? Because of all the trials and tribulations and stresses that I've been through on this front, I feel like I'm uniquely equipped to answer this question. And my initial answer is don't quit yet. But at some point, you're going to have to quit. And if you're like me, you're going to get to a point where you're so burnt out, you literally can't do it anymore, even if you don't have any other options. So you're going to have to quit. So don't quit yet. But no, that day is coming when you literally can't handle it anymore. Because here's what's happened to me. I got to a point in the cubicle factory at a large financial company. I couldn't stand that job anymore. And I stayed in it 2 years too long, as most people do. But it got to the point where I just couldn't handle it anymore. So here's what I would recommend that anybody do. If you know, like, what do I do? I got to make my dream happen. I hate my job. I hate it. Hate it so much. So what do? I say this is the best way to handle it. You quit your job, like energetically speaking. You quit your job mentally. You mentally quit. If you have any vacation days, I want you to take them now. Not all of them, but just take a couple. Give yourself a nice 3-4 day weekend. Go away. Decide. Have a funeral for your job. Your old self at that job is dead. You have quit. Okay? Come back. Maybe make something up. Like tell your coworkers there was something bad happened in your family, so that they at least kind of have an idea of why you're different now, because you're going to be different when you come back. I don't know. Make that up. Or they don't matter anyway. Don't say anything. Just be you. Either way works. And you come back and you start giving 70%. Not the 95. I know all of us here on this channel watching this show are workers, achievers, strivers, type A kind of people. It's hard. I remember I said I was going to do this and I just couldn't mail it in. I would still show up and give 90%. Maybe I came down from 95 to 90%. And it got me nothing. It got me burned out. So you're going to come back from your little vacation. No one's going to fire you. If they do, guess what? You don't care. You were going to quit anyway at some point. This is especially easy if you're at the point where like I'm near where I can't take this anymore. Your job now is to make your dream happen. Start that podcast or the YouTube channel, start that business, whatever it is. That is your responsibility now. That is it. And this is hard. This is the hardest part, because you don't want to stay with that job, but part of your identity is still tied into that job. That's why you really got to give that job the funeral. Your secondary responsibility is to start finding some kind of another income stream that's going to work for you. If you know something you can fall back on, a skill, something that you can market and bring some income in quickly, great. But can't rob energy from the dream. If you can do it while you're at work, even better. Don't get caught. But that's what you got to do. And the reason you do that is you don't want to put income pressure on the dream, the project you're building, because that will drain it. That will make you hate it. To put any kind of pressure on it to like produce results now. Then once the income or the dream or both start bringing in enough money for you to live and it's stable and you've been able to prove it for another couple months and you have savings, quit the job. If your job is to where you can do it, like honestly, in 20 hours a week, and even if you hate it, keep that job as long as you can. That gives you time and breathing room and energy for the main thing. But if you find yourself, like me, in a bad situation where you don't know where the income is going to come in and you don't know what to do next and you have no idea, I would tell you, don't worry too much about it, because you're smart. You're going to figure it out. I just remember back at that year, and that was one of the lowest years of my life, not knowing where my next job is going to be, not knowing what I'm going to do. Yeah, it lasted a while, but there was financial stress, there was identity stress, there was all that. It worked out in the end. It worked out in the end. I got a job and it worked out better. I was so trying to get the fuck out of Jacksonville, Florida. I got a job in New Orleans. It was a good job. Wasn't a dream job, but it was a good gig. It allowed me to move somewhere I had always wanted to move, have the best decade ever. So that's what I wish I could go back in time and tell myself is it's going to be okay. It's going to work out. Don't worry. Just do what you know in the meanwhile matters the most. And that is getting as far in your dream as possible